Namaste, everybody. Welcome to today's live stream webcast, meditation, and awaken conversation. My name is Julia Desmond. I'm a spiritual teacher and author living in the Aspen area of Colorado. Just going to make sure my live stream is up. Oh, fabulous. Live stream is working. So, again, my name is Julia Desmond, and I'm a spiritual teacher and author located in the Aspen area of Colorado. So, if you're just joining along, please write in your hellos and where you're from. I'd love to see what city and state everybody's from, and especially if you're from a different country, let us know what city and country you're from as well. You can also start posting your questions on this awakening phenomenon, anything about awakening, and please post your questions in the white box below the video. That's much easier for me to access. Again, this is going to be a really powerful 1 hour. This whole live stream is juiced with oneness consciousness and diksha. So just by tuning in, either live or a recorded version, will help to assist the shift of awakening, transformation, and beyond. And so the format of this 1 hour webcast is that I will speak about awakening for about 10 minutes. I'll give a teaching. Today's teaching is the Divine Portal that's going to happen on September 26th. And all of the transitions that have been happening to all of us that's leading up to this portal. And then after that, I will be able to answer some questions on awakening and this divine phenomenon. So again, post in the chat box. If you're trying to post your name and you're having difficulty, you do need to have a live stream account. The accounts are free, but you do need to sign up, and then you're able to post your name and questions. After that, I will lead a short meditation, and then I will lead the Awaken Diksha, all designed to shift you into a higher state of consciousness. And so at that point, I will invite all Awaken Diksha givers to also give Diksha at that time. And then we will shift over into the Oneness Meditation, which is a 21-minute, very powerful transfer of divine energy, which will come through me, the Oneness Meditator. These are all designed to bring the shift of awakening, transformation, and full realization, as well as activating your spiritual energies which reside inside of you. So these spiritual energies need to get activated for this awakening journey to even happen. So this is what it's all designed to do, this whole webcast. And then at the end, there will be integration time, 7 minutes to the Liberation Sutra, which is a recording by our beloved monks at the Oneness University in India. And the song describes the stages of awakening. So before I get started on the teaching, I have two announcements. We have a huge Oneness Weekend coming up in Colorado at the Colorado Golden Age Village this weekend. We've officially named it Needle Rock Meditation and Wellness Center. So there's still time to sign up and join us. The events are Saturday and Sunday. All details on juliadesmond.com. And then coming up in September, we have a 2-day meditation and oneness workshop located in the Aspen area. This will deepen your state of awakening as well as initiate you as a diksha giver. So again, just private message me, and we'd love to have you join us for all of these wonderful events. So the teaching today, the Great Cosmic Portal, that will be open the weekend of September 26th. And so I'm going to start with one of my writings from the One. As most of you know, I've been writing the Divine Revelations. I don't know how to get it on camera. I've been writing the Divine Revelations for over 4 years now, and I offer them to the public. And it's about these great transitionary times in humans' evolution of consciousness. And it's about this awakening journey and becoming truly one with our divine consciousness. So I'm going to start by reading a recent writings from the One. These words are divine revelations, and they're highly energized with diksha. So just by listening to them, you will receive a powerful diksha. Plus, it's very informative. A great cosmic portal will be opened the weekend of September 26th, and the access to divine communion will be greatly heightened. All those who are prepared will ascend into the higher realms of the fifth dimension. It does not mean that they leave the body. Quite the contrary. They will embody the physical realm that much more as their consciousness expands to the heavens of the fifth realm. This is a big shift and a big turning point for mankind. Preparation is important for this and has already been happening for so many of you. The quick and sudden transitions of the recent months is quickly aligning you to this gateway of September 26th. So what may have been a painful and quick exit in your life in the form of a loved one or a career was really a necessity to open you up to your divine destiny and will allow you to make the leap into this fifth dimension. Honor all of your transitions and endings, and if you are still in the hurt and the pain of taking it personal, remember, it was nothing personal. This was all part of your spiritual path. So ascend, my children, as the gods are smiling on you now, in great celebration of the times to come. So I'll expand more about this teaching and the importance of shifting into a higher state of consciousness, of awakening and transformation, and full realization during these great times. You see, this whole show of mankind right now, in the past decades as well, is really to shift mankind up into a much higher state of consciousness. And we're receiving direct divine guidance to do this. If we could shift ourselves, mankind would already be fully enlightened. We know that. There's 7 billion people on the planet. If we actually had the tools to shift into enlightenment, the whole planet would already be enlightened. So the divine needs to bring the shift, and these shifts happen inside the brain. They happen inside the chakras, the nadis, the kundalini is activated. There's a whole big energetic process that happens when this divine consciousness comes in and activates you into awakening and accessing higher states of consciousness. So what does this have to do as we're leading up to this big gateway? So the gateway is the weekend of the 26th. It starts around the 22nd or 23rd of September and lasts for maybe 3, 4, 5 days. And within mankind's times, there are huge gateways on the planet and on certain calendar days and planetary alignments and things of that nature. And so this just happens to be a big one that's coming up. And it's nothing to fear. It's actually incredibly exciting. And that's why being on this conscious awakening journey is so important, because we're conscious that we want to become awakened, we get awakened, we shift into a higher state, our self is declutched, our mind is declutched, so that we're able to deal with the ascension of mankind. Because when a person is not ready, they will feel resistant. Trust me, look around, look and see what's happening in your own life, look and see what's happening to everyone around you. There is a lot of transition happening. Look at the ones who are in resistance, and then look at the ones who are flowing, or I like to call it surfing, through these transitionary times. The ones who are surfing are in a high state of consciousness. It's because they've been awakened. They've probably very well down the path of the transformation process. They have a very powerful bond with their divine, so they don't have that inner resistance. Remember, the self is resistance. The self equals resistant. So the whole point is to shift us through awakening and beyond, to shift so that we are declutched from the self, declutched from the mind. We can access such high states of consciousness as we're in this witness mode. Because a lot's going to happen planetarily, within our own lives, within our societies. It already has been happening. This decade is the biggest decade of change that we're probably going to see in a long time. So what mankind is going to look like 10 years from now, and the systems and the organizations will be dramatically different to where they are now. And so the whole point is to surf. Surf this cosmic ride of transformation. And so this portal that's coming up, we're all being shaped for it. Lots of transitions. We're losing loved ones, whether a relationship ends or there's a death, or there's been a career change or a sudden, career cutoff, shall I say. There's been sudden changes in location where you're moving and relocating. If you can see this as a huge part of your alignment to this big cosmic portal that's coming up, then you'll enjoy it. People take transitions personally. It's because they're very identified with the self. This is where awakening and this witness consciousness is so important. And you'll just shift and surf right through all of this, no matter what is coming into your life. So all transitions are a cosmic wake-up call that your life is getting on track with your divine destiny. And so those of us watching this live stream, you're connected to a much bigger destiny. This oneness phenomenon is flowing to the planet, and it's flowing through us. Through individuals such as myself, I'm an awakener. I'm here to awaken as many people as possible and take them through the awakening journey in a very efficient way. I want people to understand this awakening journey. And then the shifts are coming through so powerfully through the oneness meditation, through all of the oneness processes, that people can shift very quickly. But they need to know what's going on. That's why I call this the conscious awakening journey. Because people do get stuck in this awakening journey. Look around. Maybe look at your own self, your own path. The shift is simply step one. We must keep walking within this divine consciousness after the shift of awakening. That's when life truly opens up and you're gifted the keys of the kingdom of this higher consciousness. It's because we can finally access higher consciousness after the shift of awakening. Before, the self is going to tell all sorts of stories about how spiritual they are, how awakened they are, how this they are. That's simply spiritual ego. After awakening, the spiritual ego starts to dissolve, and the divine can then really flow through. When a person is truly on their divine path, it feels good. It feels empowering. It feels enlightening. It doesn't mean there's not going to be outside adjustment to fit your divine destiny. No, there's going to be a lot of adjustments going on. It's been, for those of us on this awakening journey for many years, of course our outer world is matching our inner state of consciousness. So I've been involved with the oneness phenomenon for over 9 years, and my first diksha was over 9.5 years ago. And I'm so grateful I had access to that divine consciousness that far back, because my life is constantly shifting to match the divine consciousness which resides inside of me as a state. These aren't concepts. And so this big shift that's coming, honor it. Take your life seriously. The next, 3 years are very critical in mankind's journey. As I spoke about last week, take yourself seriously, meaning take your spiritual development seriously. Take this awakening journey seriously. You'll be that much better off come 2018. This is preparation time. Yes, we've had our whole lifetimes to prepare. Yes, we've had past lives to prepare. But really, when we're steeped within this divine consciousness, this oneness phenomenon, this is the preparation. Receiving the diksha, receiving the oneness meditation, going through processes. And then if you're a oneness trainer, helping others awaken as well. And give diksha as a diksha giver, helping others. This greatly helps to prepare you. Our body needs that preparation. Our DNA is shifting. Our cells are shifting. As this cosmic portal, we're moving through the photon belt. Tremendous amounts of cosmic consciousness or God consciousness is coming to us as humans, as to the planet. But our bodies are also going through a huge shift. Many of you feel this, and so honor it and take it seriously. Maybe cut out the distractions in your life, the mind-driven distractions. My God, we're surrounded by them. And this is where you just need to get front and center with your own divine destiny. Let go of the distractions because they're simply mind-generated. The more that you can be in the flow of the divine, the more that you're prepared to shift again through this wonderful September 26th weekend and really ascend. And don't worry, I know one of the questions is, well, what happens to all the other people that don't access the fifth dimension? Don't worry about that. Your job is to awaken and transform, have that happen to yourself, and then bring everybody around you with you. You know, this is the importance of relationships, your businesses, your communities, especially your oneness communities. Well, that's a given, the oneness communities. But I'm more talking about your family and your friends who may not be a part of the oneness community. Bring them with you. And I mean energetically, of course. Include them. Because our karma is here to be with our family. And to have spouses, to have kids, to have animals, let's say. We're meant to be in relationship. And so when we're going through the ascension process and going through these great portals, take care of your family as well. Do not leave your family in the dust on your own spiritual quest. I've seen people do that, and it actually breaks my heart because we're meant to bring our family with us in our own way. It doesn't mean, you know, everybody has to get into oneness. That's not it at all. I mean energetically, that there's peace and harmony in the house, that there's balance in the home. And that you're looking out for your aged relatives, your parents, if they're aged. If you have any disability people in your family, take care of them, reach out to them and help them out. That's what I mean. This is a karmic shift in nature. And so if we can just help out all along the way, we're really gearing up for a powerful shift here for humanity. And that's what this is all about. The individual shift to the family shift to the community shift, to the state shift, to the country shift, to the whole of mankind shift. And honor yourself, rest a lot leading up to the September weekend, for sure. There's nothing special you need to do on that weekend, or actually there is. There's huge worldwide oneness festivals taking place all around the globe that weekend. Tap into the oneness phenomenon. So, and honor your own divine journey in whatever way that works for you. But if you can tap into the oneness phenomenon that weekend, absolutely. I happen to get to be in India on that weekend, so I am so excited. I will be at the Oneness University going through a powerful oneness process. So my divine has taken me there to be a part of that big shift. So I'm very excited about that. So remember, this is joyful. We're accessing huge amounts of divine consciousness, and we're really shifting the planet this way. So I'm going to open up to questions right now and go down to the bottom. I see some of you are posting your questions in the black box. Can you cut and paste, please, to the white box at the bottom? It's a lot easier for me to access. So I'll start way at the bottom with Frederick Granvis. Namaste, nice to see you, Frederick, online. Your question is, what is intuition and how can we use diksha to get in contact with our intuition, make wiser choices, and find our true path in life? Intuition is cosmic consciousness talking to us. Whatever word you want to use, whether it's God consciousness, cosmic consciousness, divine consciousness, this is intuition. This is beyond the mind. So the mind actually cannot grasp what God consciousness is. So diksha directly links you with cosmic consciousness. So you're in the right place. The more diksha you receive, the more your brain is aligned with this cosmic consciousness. The more this divine can talk to you through intuition. Intuition is a start, but that's not the finish of this divine journey. The finish is walking and talking with your divine, where you ask the question, your divine answers you, or your divine answers you before you even ask the question. So literally, you're walking and talking with your divine through your life. This is the divine-led life. So intuition is just a start. It comes in the form of a thought, of an inspiration, of an aha, gut feeling. You know, a lot of us have feelings in our body, but we can move beyond that because intuition is not mind-generated. And so when the mind starts to question the intuition, that's when it stops the person. I know a lot of people who are very tapped into their intuition, They receive great insight, but then the mind quickly comes in and brings the doubt and the fear. And so they don't follow their intuition. So this is the nature of the mind, and this is the importance of becoming awakened. To be disidentified from the mind. Because once you're on that journey, you're guided 24/7 a day. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, being divinely guided. So up until that point, witness the intuition. And then witness how the mind comes in and steamrolls the intuition. That's simply the nature of the mind. Learn to trust your divine. Absolutely. Because you'll be on your journey that much quicker. And what is the other question, or the second part? Make wiser choices and find our true path in life. Diksha will bring your true path in life. And the oneness meditation. So today, anyone listening can ask for that. If you want greater guidance and to be put on your true divine path, simply ask for that during today's oneness meditation. The divine is here to answer your questions and to grant this very powerful bond with the divine. And then I want to hear about your miracles when this happens. I want to hear when the shift happens, so please post it. Okay, so the second question is, Sylvia has asked, what does our sexuality looks like as awakened, transformed, and God-realized human being? I know it's not the polarity of being either this divine person without a sexual desire versus the animalistic human desires. Well, I'm not going to speak too much about sexuality on a oneness meditation live stream. However, after awakening, a person becomes more real. A person becomes more integral. Their senses wake up. So awakening is essential to be living a true and empowered life. And so how that unfolds in an intimate relationship will be unique to them. So I can't make blanket statements about this. However, relationships shift. Relationships to yourself shift after awakening. Relationships to the other shift. There's definitely going to be an integration. If you're married and you're going through the awakening process, there's going to be an integration. And so as the kundalinis rise, as our chakras are spinning faster, our sensitivity to others are greatly heightened. And, as we move into the heart as well, our desires might be different because transformation is the flowering of the heart. And so what might have been mind-driven before awakening could completely shift into the opposite. So there's no cookie cutter equation for this awakening journey. All I suggest is watch your own journey. Be very, very observant of what's going on. Because awakening gifts you to much higher states of consciousness, and it declutches you from the mind. Before awakening, you're living in the mind. The mind is controlling you. After awakening, you then have access to much, much higher states and a much higher experience that's much more authentic and integral. Okay, so let's see if there are any other questions. Okay, Namaste Kenny. Canny, nice to see you online, has asked, if you can tell us more about the Golden Cities, please. If people want to live and be part of those cities, do you know when and how it will be? Sure, I can talk about the bigger vision of these Golden Cities that are part of the oneness phenomenon. So around the globe, 108 of such of these Golden Cities will arise. And these cities will be filled with awakened individuals. They will be communities coming together to live in community. And it will be an awakened community where people who have become awakened will live together in maybe a retreat-like setting or a full-time residence type setting on a large parcel of land. And with everybody living together in a high state of consciousness, it actually is going to affect the morphogenic field of the entire planet. and you're actually going to help bring awakening to all of mankind. So that's the power of getting awakened and then living in community with each other and meditating together. So remember, if 1,000 awakened people meditate together, that's 1,000 squared. That's the power. So do the math. It's incredibly powerful. So as of right now, there are only 2 established golden cities on the planet. The first one is in Hungary, and the second one is ours, the one that me and my family have founded here in Colorado. We've officially named it Needle Rock Meditation and Wellness Center. And so all of these golden cities are privately owned, and so they're not, they're privately owned. It's a private venture. And so you would just need to reach out to the individuals, whenever these golden cities pop up in whatever area of the country or the world, and just simply ask them. There's no, again, cookie cutter way that these golden cities are going to be run. That's not it at all. It's going to rise through the higher state of consciousness of the people who are founding it, and it will be local. Like here in Colorado, we're going to set things up that make sense in Colorado. In Hungary, the founders there are setting it up that makes sense in Hungary. If they happen in Asia, or when they happen in Asia, they will set it up that makes sense for their culture and conditioning. So yes, these are wonderful properties. And I can just speak personally about my own property, of course, because the Paramatma, or the divine, has fully moved into this property. And you can feel it just by walking on the property. You're being shifted. And then add the oneness processes, oneness meditation, oneness processes, any of the advanced processes of sacred chambers on the property. It's just exponential in nature. And it's truly remarkable. And I find great joy in bringing groups of people out to our Needle Rock property, because really no words can explain it. Of course, pictures, can explain it a little. However, the experience is full and complete. So anybody out there, just contact me through juliadesmond.com. Again, we have some great events there this weekend, and all I can say is the experience tells it all. These Golden Age cities will help usher in this Golden Age and sustain it for the next 1,000 years. They will be portals of stability. This goes back to my original teaching from today. We need stabilized, awakened people who are grounded, living in a very high state of consciousness on the planet right now. And so these Golden Age cities will support that and will actually be very grounded in a stabilizing force when things are shifting around the planet around us. So, hope that answers your question. Okay, I'm going to try to go up top and... Okay, so if there are any other questions in the black box, I see a few. How does one quiet the mind? Okay, so there's a few at the top I will answer. Connie Moore has said, how does one quiet the mind for meditation and keep it from popping up during meditation? You can't quiet the mind. The nature of the mind is that it is active. So the divine consciousness comes in and quiets the mind. It reshifts your neural pathways from monkey mind into calmness. This is the power of the diksha and this oneness phenomenon. It naturally comes in and shifts your brain, and it's cumulative. And so, yes, you can do these practices and all these things that might quiet your mind for a moment, but the active mind continues again. So what you need to quiet the mind is a shift in consciousness. So all you can do is notice how you have an overactive mind. All you can do is be aware that the overactive mind is trying to take you on a journey. Even during meditation, you might access quiet and stillness, but then, as you mentioned, the overactive mind pops up. It tries to take you on a story. So my suggestion to you is receive diksha. Of course, today you're going to receive it, and the oneness meditation, but regularly, because this calms the parietal lobe. in the brain. The parietal lobe is where this monkey mind chatter occurs. So the calming of the parietal lobe, what the diksha does, is it calms the monkey mind, calms the mind chatter. So once you're in a calm state, then true genius resides. And it's a little bit of a journey, but feel it. I mean, so many people experience the calming of the mind from this diksha so fast. So it's actually a very real thing that's happening in the brain. So my suggestion is seek out a shift in consciousness, because that will shift you out of the parietal lobe and shift you into awakening. Once awakened, you're no longer identified with the mind. So hope that helps you out. And now I see another question from Sylvia has said, I'm glad you feel we should focus on ourselves energetically. Let's focus to deepen within us who are already a oneness blessing giver. Then naturally we depend versus being distracted, saving others. We help our world family. Yeah, exactly. So if you're a oneness blessing giver, give diksha. It's not about saving the world. It's about helping others. And so, yeah, this comment would be more to all the diksha givers who are listening. Help others. Because when you're in a stable place yourself and you're surfing, you can greatly help out everyone around you. And so, yes, give diksha, set up diksha circles, go give seva, go to homeless shelters, or, work with children who don't have, parents, or work with disabled individuals. Everybody needs help with this shift. And so the more that you can get out and get around and help others, that will be a huge benefit to mankind. Help your families, help your kids, help your neighbors. But you also don't need to go around and preach this as well. Just help them in what feels natural and comfortable in your society. Okay, so I think we're almost at the end of question time. So I think that's it. Wonderful. So thank you, everybody, for a wonderful awakened conversation. Nice to see all of you joining and seeing my friends write their names and where they're from. It's wonderful. So let's get into the meditation aspect. This is a divine phenomenon, so the divine is here and will flow through me to help facilitate the shift of awakening and access into higher states of consciousness. This is what the diksha is. This is what this awakened conversation is. This is what the oneness meditation is. It's about the divine flowing through me to help bring the shift. So this awakened conversation was powerful because when I speak about awakening, or when people ask questions and I answer it, it actually helps sync us all up within oneness consciousness. It's all aligning our brain to a higher state because of the shifts that I've received on my own awakening journey. It helps align everybody on the live stream up into a high state. And then it's excellent preparation to then receive the awakened diksha or the oneness meditation. So let's close our eyes. Get into a very seated, comfortable position. Have a very straight back, a nice meditative posture. Lift up your shoulders and roll them back. And you can either have your palms in prayer pose or palms face up on your lap. Now start to focus on your breathing in and out through your nostrils. Exhale twice as long as you inhale. So we'll focus on this for a few minutes. So you can count 3 inhale, 6 exhale. With each inhale in, visualize golden energy coming in your nostrils, circling your whole body and energizing every cell of your being. As you're focusing on your breathing, bring your right hand to your heart, your left hand to your right hand. Now breathe that golden energy into your heart space and see your heart space expand. Take one more deep inhale, deep exhale. And now reside very deeply in your heart. Bring the visualization that there's a golden throne in your heart. This is the seat of your divine, your source, the all that is. So consciously invoke it to fill you up with golden divine energy. Ask your divine to fill up every single cell, tissue, and fiber of your being with golden energy. And so from this state of grace, set your intentions for today's webcast, this diksha and oneness meditation. The first collective intention is to shift into awakening, transformation, and beyond. The second is to access divine consciousness, very powerful, so that we're giving guidance all day long for our true path. And the third, may we have balance in all pillars of our life right now: health, wealth, relationships, and spiritual growth. And the fourth, if there's a private intention, speak that internally now. And now release your intentions to the universe, to your source. You have been heard. So I'm going to start to give the Awakened Diksha now for about 2 or 3 minutes. I invite all Awakened Diksha givers to also give Diksha. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So the Diksha will still be running through you. I'm going to turn on the music now. It'll be a 3-minute heart-based meditation. When the music shifts, my eyes will open into the 21-minute oneness meditation. Simply receive.